Welcome to Body Efficiency Training, and on this video I'm going to be talking about back thrust kick dynamics. Now this is a very interesting kick because it's a great example of a combination of structure and flow. I've got to get the correct body structure, the correct alignment through the bones in order to generate power, but I've also got to get quite a complex flow, a movement through the body, and I've got to synchronize this flow exactly right. You see, it's like the old-fashioned slingshot. You have a pouch with a rock in it and you swing it round and round and round, and then you throw it forward and the rock flies out. So this is what I've got to do here. I'm swinging my body round, but I've then got to throw the leg out in a straight line. So it's a slingshot effect, and I've got to synchronize this just right so that the angular momentum, the spinning round, powers the throwing out of the leg. And the leg has got to be fairly relaxed so that it flies out, but I've also got to get the exact alignment, between the supporting leg and the kicking leg, so that when I get this, that I'm pushing both legs at the same time. So one pushes into the ground, one pushes into the bag. So I've got to have the alignment through the hips just right. Otherwise, if I don't have that, what happens is I will fall backwards. So this is alignment. I need the alignment, the correct body structure, and I've got to synchronize the movement so that I swing round and then throw the leg out and it lands with just this right alignment. And you see, if you look at it in slow motion, I mean, no kick is perfect, but some kicks are better than others. And sometimes you swing around a bit too far, sometimes you don't swing around enough, sometimes the hips don't have the alignment, so you can feel yourself wobble. But every now and then you get a really good kick and it feels easy, it feels natural. Your leg just flies out and lands with power. Now the other thing you've got to do is skip round. You see the supporting leg skips round, and that allows your body to move. If you don't skip round, you have friction, too much friction, and that slows down your spin. So you've got to allow your body to spin round. But the power of the movement is really starting in the spine. I'm actually starting a slight twist between the shoulders and the hips. So that starts a wind up. Then I unwind and push the leg into the ground to spin round. And at the same time, when I reach the midpoint, I then expand both legs from the hips to open up and stretch out together with that swinging round momentum. And that force has got to transmit through the hip joint. The hip joint is very, very important because that is where the two legs connect together. And what I'm doing is keeping a slight backwards projection of the hips. I'm allowing the hips to project backwards to try and keep also a neutral spine, a slight backwards arch. And that allows a greater mobility in the hip joint. You see, it's not just about rotating the hip, it's about moving the hip in the socket, actually stretching the joint in different ways. So the hips are open at the back, there's a stretch through the hip joint, and I've got to control in the hips themselves together with the spine. So this is again based on something I call the neutral stance. So I'll leave links below talking about the neutral stance. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.